Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. They are always about great incentives with Skeeter G3, G3 Suncatcher pontoons, Yamaha motors. Depending on what make model you buy, you get tremendous savings and great rebates, huge amounts of dollars back through Madisonville Marine. And this week, January 26th through the 29th, at the Knoxville Expo Center, it's the East Tennessee Fishing Show, and Madisonville Marine will be well represented there. So you get deals on site. You're going to be able to walk in and see a lot of stuff there. East Tennessee Fishing Show, that is January 26th through the 29th. That's this coming weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center. All right, want to talk recruiting with Josh Ward coming up. Tennessee's Keys versus Kentucky, and then Hurd, Kamara, and some cool numbers on all-time winningest programs. Josh, let's quickly step through 4 guys that you think Vol fans should keep an eye on as we race toward signing day. And the first one is Ryan Paxton.
Visited last weekend and has committed to Tennessee. He made that decision at the end of his trip last weekend, and he's commitment number 27. So how do these numbers work out becomes an even louder conversation, I would say, over the next week and a half. But they needed defensive line help, and Ryan Paxton went ahead and committed. Could be a defensive end or tackle, depending on how much weight he puts on in college.
Okay, and next we have Aaron Sterling, same kind of thing there, defensive end tackle.
Visiting right now, and I bring him up because, one, he's visiting. Two, how does Ryan Paxton's decision affect what Aaron Sterling does? And he's very well thought of, could absolutely put on more weight and be a tackle at the next level. You see some good schools there. South Carolina, I would think, would be the favorite there, but Georgia's made a push. He's trying to cram a bunch of visits in before signing day. Okay,
and let's go to the next one, Devin Barrett.
He is a newcomer to the list, as he's committed to Auburn, as you see, but he's visiting this weekend and decided to take a look. Will take some work to flip him, but Tennessee is making a run as much as it can at a bunch of running backs. And we've gone through different guys each week. He's the latest. Auburn naming its offensive coordinator. They're probably going to call him up and say, hey, everything's set, good to go. But Tennessee trying to make a run down in Florida for this running back.
And Auburn got their offensive coordinator from Arizona State. I should remember his name, but I've already forgotten it.
Chip Lindsey.
Chip Lindsey. Thank you, Josh. Timothy Jordan is next up on the list.
Also visiting this weekend, and as Tennessee has gone after other running backs, Darian Felix, Etienne, and Barrett, you have Timothy Jordan, who is a former Western Kentucky commit. His profile has risen. North Carolina is where he went last week, I believe, and he has a strong connection there with the Tar Heels. But there's another option for Tennessee. The Vols absolutely want another running back, and I think need another running back in this class.
Okay. One thing we wanted to touch on, or you wanted to touch on, the change that was mentioned in the last segment, defensive backs coach with Charlton Warren coming in. How are the defensive backs recruits that Tennessee after reacting to that change?
Yeah, I think Chuck's right when he mentioned earlier that there is a strong connection that Charlton Warren is able to make with recruits, and he's done that so far, seeing Cheyenne LaBruzza, who's visiting this weekend. He had considered taking a trip to LSU, had solidified with Tennessee. I think Terrell Bailey, the other corner from down in Louisiana, was impressed as well. And then Sean Schomburger, he's on the all-name list for Tennessee in this class. I think he's been impressed so far. Georgia's trying to at least get in the mix there. We'll see what happens, but Tennessee really needs to hold on to the cornerbacks in this class.
Very good, Josh. And my goodness, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're on time. That's amazing. This late in the show, that never happens. When we come back, Tennessee and Kentucky basketball. Mark Pancras tells us what he thinks Tennessee has to do to have a chance to beat Kentucky. Then we're still going to talk Alvin Kamara, Jalen Hurd, and all-time winningest programs. Come on back on the Sports Source.